はい、どうも、サンスケです。フリープリモニション2続きからやっていきます。もう、これ寝巻きのままいくか。事件を解決していきましょう。はいはい。1階に降りろということか。ここは何階なんだ ?3 階203まで。じゃあ行きましょうか。すごいちょっと画質荒いけど。超いい雰囲気ですね。下に降りれないってどういうことだよ。あかんやろ。はい、すごい変な絵がありますね。これはちょっとね、センスを感じます。カリスマ性が。音楽もいいですね。かっこいい。やっぱスーツがいいよね。置かれてる人形もちょっとおかしいだろう。
Sun Rouge.
お？なんだそれ。
They've been chasing it all over America.
何サンルージュって
I
なん
feel
だ
like we're finally on the verge of finding something now. Don't you, Zach? I think it's about time we ordered a new briefcase. Yes, I know this one carries a lot of memories, but it's seen too much. This hole's from the shootout in Tucson, and this stain's from Miami. Miami. Now that was a fascinating case. Billy, our perp, cut his own torso right in two.
やばいやつだな。
Even with the help of the drugs, a feat like that still requires incredible mental fortitude. I was so impressed that I forgot I'd left my briefcase on the floor. Same floor his blood gushed out onto.
あらららららら。汚れちゃ嫌だね。あの人形なんだよ、マジで。
I know, Zach, I know. Now isn't the time for a trip down memory lane.
そうだね。感傷に浸ってる場合じゃない。何か始まった。サンルージュとは、はい。
An emergent drug that's been on the rise in 4 southern states.
ドラッグなんですね。
Personally, I think it originated right here in Louisiana. And Lise Clarkson's murder must be connected to it somehow.
リース・クラクソン。はい。
The 16-year-old girl who was murdered.
はい、殺害された16歳の少女。
Her body was found beneath a bridge over the bayou.
バイユーにかかる橋の下で見つかった。
Along with a strange altar.
怪しげな祭壇と一緒にね。PJ クラクソン。
The powerful man who essentially controls the town of Lucare.
このル・カレを実質的に支配しているであろう町の実力者。
And he seems to be more fearsome than your average gangster.
お父さんのこと言ってんだね。
I doubt he'll be willing to cooperate with any law enforcement, Zach.
警察組織に協力的であることは絶対に期待できないな、ザック。エビデンスボード。何かをクリアしちゃった。事件の整理を、情報を整理するっていうことか。OK。
You know, I keep thinking about that movie we stopped to see on our way here, Zach. The Island, 2005, directed by Michael Bay.
アイランド。アイランドといえばクローン作ってたやつだよね、多分。
For a movie being shown at a cinema complex, it was surprisingly artistic. An experimental setting mixed with hard-hitting drama. It was art house sci-fi.
まさにアートサイファイだ。
That director's going to change the history of art house films. Are you following me here? This is another special film that's setting a new standard, just like Star Wars and Blade Runner did.
どっちも最高の作品ですよね。
This is a turning point, Zach.
はいはい。
You may be witnessing the birth of a vital new word that will soon become a part of film history.
すごいですね。
Yes, this single movie may be responsible for creating a whole new genre several years down the line. A genre known as island
アイラン
movies.
ド映画。
I sure like the sound of that. Don't you, Zach?
そうだね。 誰か来たようだ。私クエストを受注しました。エビデンスボードをアンロック。これホテルの一室だろ。それにちょっとね、こういうことするのは良くないんじゃないかな。セーブしましょう。はい。誰に電話かけてんだ。パラサイトイブ2と同じ感じだね。はい、全部びっくりマークがついてる。ツールボックス。ちょっと反応が悪いぞ、コントローラーの。ツールボックスでアイテムを預けたり、取り出したりすることができます。プレイヤーが一度に持ち運べるアイテムの再別が決まっています。ツールボックスは配置されている場所でしかアイテムの出し入れは行えないため、状況に応じて慎重にアイテムを選びましょう。ゴム弾しかないよ。一応銃は使えるってことですか？ミスターアリゲーターで消費する弾、鎮圧用のゴム弾であるため殺傷能力が低い。救急キット、缶のコーラ、タバコ、キャンディー。これが自分の持ち物で、これがツールボックス。右側がね。
I'm very satisfied with the decorations, and it's even got a security box. It's proof that we're still safely inside the fringes of modern civilization.
そういうことですよね。クローゼット、衣装の交換。これが好きだからこれでいこうか。で、この人形ね、気になるよね。ノックは無視して。カルト的だな。アイテムはなさそうだ。OK？ ノックした相手を待たせるのも悪いから、ちょっと行ってみましょうか。シェフ？
Hey there, chef. What's cooking?
Chef, what are you talking about, sir?
違うの？
I'm the concierge, David.
なんていうことだ？
I just heard from our chef that you wish to learn the meaning behind our town's name.
そうですね。
Yes, I've gathered that lucare is French, but does it have any special meaning?
Why, yes, sir, of course it does. A very clear, logical meaning. All names have meanings. Would you like to know what this one means?
Yes, I would.
Jolly good, sir. Then allow me to explain.
お、ありがとう。
Lucare means square in French.
Ah,
それで
and
That's it.
以上でございます。
that's it?
以上。
Yes, that's it, sir.
それだけを
Do
言い
take a
に。
gander at the town map in the lobby if it fancies you. It's beautiful, valuable, and old. I'm sure you'll understand once you see it. Now, please excuse me, sir.
はい
If you
はい
ever need anything, please don't hesitate to ask.
なんだ？その
Did you
微
see
笑だ
that, Zach? That was clearly David.
間違い
Not
な
a
くデビ
twin,
ッドだった。
not a split personality, just the work of a true professional. It's bizarre, but I can understand it. Remember what they say, the job
Oh.
makes the man.
仕事が人格を作る。OK。ホテルのロビーに飾られている彼の古い地図を。はい。鍵はかけましたか？おっと、あれが JP なんとかってやつじゃない？クラークだっ
Do you feel that, Zach? Dozens of paintings no one will ever see. Faint scent of tobacco baked into these walls for over
け？
a
タバコって言
century.
った？
Now
シュガーじゃ
that's
ないん
what
だ
I
ね。
call a hotel. Zach, can you see him? His fashion sense is beyond me, but he appears to be a gentleman.
すごいやつがいたんだ。
Perhaps we should talk to him.
なんだ。動いている
Nice
ぞ。
tie. Did you buy it here?
It's been a long time since someone spoke
Unga.
to me. No one these days ever tries to see me.
怖っ。絵と喋ってるよ。
They can see what's far in the distance, but are blind to what's in front of them. No. Maybe they're only pretending not to see. That's what civilized society does to people.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Ever since mankind got their hands on civilization, they zoomed away at a frightening speed.
ほう
Zoomed away from what?
何から
Don't be a fool. You know the answer.
溺れながら笑っている。
As for me, just call me Hunga.
Hunga.
運が
Title given to a leader in a certain religion. Is that what you are?
口角が上がりますね。おっと、やばい子が見えてるぞ、マジで。怖っ。俺はこのままこのゲームを続けていいのだろうか。オラクル。
The Oracle. Put on your religion hat, Zach. Here we go.
そうだね。
Felton maidens, in the shrine of hunger,
10人の乙女を倒し、
find the flying serpent
定
in the
まらないゼロの
ambiguous
中
zero.
で。
Dance with the
う
flying
わ、ぐるぐる回る
serpent,
な。
and you will glimpse the other world.
10 maidens and an ambiguous zero. Got it.
はい。
But what do you mean by otherworld?
Follow the oracle.
おい、オラクルに従えと。あれ、全然違う人ですけど。
Zach, did you hear all that? Looks like we've already taken our first step into chaos.
カオスだね。
But such is our duty. We need to accept the chaos, let it inside, then carefully dismantle it piece by piece. And after we've put all the pieces back into their rightful places, the truth will reveal itself.
そうだね。
Let's capture the truth and present it with a shiny pair of silver bracelets, Zach.
はい。ホテルのロビーに、で、絵に話しかけている人がいたら怖いですね。
Zach, here's another perfect symbol of the human condition.
ハンティングトロフィー。
And it's a buffalo hunting trophy. Now that's a surprise. I've seen several trophies made out of human skin, but never a buffalo's. Looking at him brings out this strange
そう
feeling
か。
from within me.
FBI だもんな。
Yes, the very same feeling I got when watching a certain film from 1984, directed by Peter Hyams.
1984年。
2010. The last scene in that film filled me with such a sublime, majestic feeling. It was filled with everything that was missing from the finale of 2001: A Space Odyssey. Just talking about it makes me want to watch it again.
また見たくなっていたよ。
Let's watch it once we get home. Promise, Zach.
そうだね。帰ったら一緒に見よう。OK。右上のメモ的なものは何なんだろう。ジャーナルかな。はい。メイン。お、こっから分子があるんですね。これを全部解決していきたい。ポーチはアイテムが入っているもの、パーソナルデータ、スタンプ、野犬を、やべえ、野犬だらけじゃねえか。もうこんなして野犬ばっかりリスを殺す。もうあかんやつやろ。どこの UFO250 個破壊する。まあできるだけやっていくか。 はい。地図を見てみましょう。連打しないと効かないね、B ボタンが。
Zach, this is Lucare.
正方
I
形
think
だ。
I'm finally starting to understand what our concierge was trying to say. You can tell this town was built by a very methodical person. No, wait. Maybe they just didn't care, and that's why it ended up this way.
どういうことなんだろ
It's
う
just
か。
another symbol of mankind's obsession with molding nature to fit our own rules.
すごい。本当に正方形じゃん。由来が分かりましたね
Zach,。what did you think of Hungan's oracle?
うん、運河の話だ
Despite
が。
all the dramatic build-up, it's
子
little
供
more
相
than a
手のクイ
childish
ズみた
riddle.
いだったな。
Heartwarming, really. Exactly the kind of feeling one gets from the good old-fashioned countryside.
オラクル
Now let's start by tracking down those 10 maidens. The oracle gave us a place and an
行為
act.
を示して
You
いる。
need to go to the shrine of hunger and fell 10 maidens. Now where in this town can one satiate their hunger? The hotel and where? And the 10
そういうこ
things
と？
that need to be knocked down. Simple, right? Very funny, Zach.
もう一回ごめん。
Now,
ちょっと
time to get
話聞いてなかったわ。写真ばっかり見て。
You already know the answer, don't you? The answer is bowling. The shape of the bowling pin was based on the feminine form. The 10 maidens are the 10 pins. Alexis's diner and lane.
すごい。楽しいね。
This is it, Zach.
そういう謎解き。
There are even pins in a bowl. I bet we'll be able to eat some Cajun cuisine and bowl there. Maybe even both at the same time.
ケイ
Nice
ジャン
job,
料理
Zach.
と
I knew
ボーリ
you'd
ング
be able to find it.
はい。すいません、ヒントが。
Now for the other
さ
oracle.
て、もう一つのオラクルだが、
There's no flying
空飛
serpent
ぶ
on
ヘ
this
ビ
map.
地図上には存在しない。
Could it be a contrail or
ドラ
perhaps a
まあ
dragon?
現地に行けばきっと見つけられるだ
First,
ろ
let's just figure out where we need to go.
う。まずは向かうべき場所を当てて。
Do you know what the ambiguous zero represents? Zero is usually treated as a base number. But under what conditions would a base number be ambiguous?
フードデッド
The
リー。
answer is temperature, Zach.
答えは
Yes.
温度。
0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 17.7 degrees Celsius, and 0 degrees Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. You'd be hard-pressed to find a more ambiguous zero than that. The question is, does our zero refer to Celsius
え、
or
ごめん、全
Fahrenheit?
然わからん。
Let's think for a moment. We're in Louisiana. Which measurement system do we use here in America?
え、墓地
Very funny, Zach.
そこじゃない
Now
の
it's
か
time to get serious. You already know the answer, don't you? Do you know what the ambiguous zero represents? Zero is usually treated as a base number.
基
But
準
under what conditions would a base number be ambiguous?
どういうものだろ
The answer is temperature, Zach.
う。
Yes.
温度。
0 degrees Fahrenheit is minus 7. The Clarkson Food Delivery Services cold storage warehouse.
フードデリバリー。
That's got to be it.
そこに間違いない。
Even with this blazing sun in the sky, they can easily keep the temperature below freezing. Be honest now, Zach. You knew the answer from the very start,
ご
didn't
めん、全然わからなかったわ。OK。この2箇所を行けっていうことか。へえ。
And how about that Hungan? What a mysterious character. His oracles may end up determining how much time we spend in this
そう
town.
だね。何タバコ。
Sorry, boss, but this is a smoke-free hotel. If you're dying to smoke, head out the entrance and you'll find a smoking area in the rear parking lot.
Don't tell me. You're the
At your
bellboy.
service, boss.
お、デビッド・ジャワラ。ベルボーイ。
Are you good friends with the concierge and the chef?
We work at the same place, yeah. But, I can't really say whether we're good friends with each other. We're all professionals, though. Nothing more, nothing less.
そうなんだね。
I believe we've struck gold here, Zach. It just screams deep south, actually. No, it doesn't.
それは関係ない。
This is all his charm.
そうだね。
So, if I want to smoke, I should go out the entrance and around to the rear parking lot?
Bada bing, bada boom.
バラベンバラボン。
Okay. I'll play by your rules.
はい、もちろんです。タバコ吸うときはマナーを守りましょう。はい。デイビッド・ジャーラっていう人、もしかしたらヨークにだけ見えてる人かもしれないと思ったけど、めっちゃ話してるっぽいけど、本当に話してるのか、これ。はい、販売機あるけど、出ちゃう。はい。喫煙所。タバコうまそうだね。
Compared to non-smokers, smokers have a 4.7 times greater chance of getting lung disease.
4.7 倍。
You know that means it's more likely than getting asbestos poisoning?
The risk of death from lung cancer is actually much lower than what you think it is. In fact, it's tiny when compared to heart disease, strokes, and pneumonia. We're always surrounded by easy ways to die, you know. Some people even get randomly struck by lightning and die right there on the spot.
Then I reckon you also know that secondhand smokers have 1.3 times greater the risk compared to smokers?
Of course.
So you won't mind paying the damages when I die of lung disease? How about writing that in a contract for me? You got a pen, right?
誰だよ。うわ、怖っ。書いてる動作じゃなかったよ。
I promise to protect you from all the evil in our world. Well, that's stupid. By the way, what's your name?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, just call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Is something wrong with you? Adults ain't supposed to act like that. I only asked for your name so I can write it on the contract. You should have been able to figure that out if you're a real FBI agent like you said. Come on, sign here. Right here on the paper.
気足取られてますね。
Just as I thought, Zach. This contract paper, it's a Sang Rouge wrapper. Sang Rouge is here, too. This must mean that Sang Rouge is connected to the Lise Clarkson murder case somehow. This is a sprawling case that spread across the entire South. It's within our jurisdiction, Zach. We'll need to steal the right to investigate from the local authorities at once. By the way, miss, what's your name?
Patricia Woods. But I gotta write my name myself, or else it won't be a real signature.
誰ですか?
Tell me, Patricia, does this town have a sheriff? Or is it under the jurisdiction of the nearest city police?
Perfect timing. Well, go on and steal it if you want it. I was just thinking about how this is way out of my daddy's league.
Thank you for the information, Patricia. Okay, Zach, it's time to get to work. How should we seize control from the sheriff this time?
走る、しゃがむ、回避。カメラ移動、接近角とレッドルームを開く。あれ呼ぶ。警 警察の車とは思えないな。
So, you're the fella from the FBI I've been hearing so much about. I'm Melvin. They call me the sheriff round here.
はい、保安官。メルビン・ウッズ。
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan? But call me York if you can. That's what everyone calls me.
Huh? Well, all right. Mr. York. How's that sound?
Fine by me.
I'm sure you figured this out, but our town's a small one. Yeah, folks are already busy spreading gossip about how some FBI agents come to town. Now, I reckon you came from the city. What was it? D.C., L.A., or New York? Anywho, in the city, it's normal not to know who your neighbor is. Fella who moves in next to you could cook up a dozen folks in his backyard and no one would bat an eye. That's the city for you. Now, I never lived in one myself, but I visited them a few times, so I know what it's like. All pigs must die in the city of wolves. Yeah! Now, does that sound badass or what? I bet you'd... Hey! I know, CLG. I'm just trying to make a little small talk, that's all. Anywho, round these parts, everyone knows each other's name.
Hi.
So lots of folks get leery when they see an étranger like you. And since it's my duty to protect the town, I thought I'd stop by and say hello.
Zach, it looks like this sheriff is quite the happy-go-lucky type. A clear indication of just how peaceful this town is. Melvin, about the Lise Clarkson case.
I knew you were here for that case. Can't put one past the FBI. So they even got eyes on the smallest of towns like us, huh? Our world is filled with information, and it's all within their grasp. FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
ダメだ。すごいな。
The Lise Clarkson case is connected to a top-secret case that we've...
I know. If you're fixing to take the lead, then go right ahead. I'm just the humble sheriff of a tiny little town. My jobs are to stop my neighbors from beating the piss out of each other and listen to old folks complain. Honestly, this whole murder case has been weighing me down. So I'm gonna give you my full cooperation, Mr. Special Agent, sir.
Well, Zach, that was anticlimactic. I didn't even get to use my secret weapon. Melvin, there's a cold storage warehouse on the southern end of town, isn't there? I'd like to get permission to enter it.
Say what?
You want to see where the body's being kept, right?
Oh, I get it now. Lisa's body, yeah. Now, that's what I call a special agent. You already figured that much out. But, I'm not too sure that, going down there at this point is really gonna help much. You know?
Explain it yourself, Daddy.
That's incredible. I don't believe this. Amazing. Did you hear that, Zach? They put the body in a cold storage warehouse. This is fantastic. Insanely fantastic.
Really? Well, how about that? Well, all right then. I'll head on down to the warehouse ahead of you and make sure we get permission to search it.
Sounds good.
The management company only keeps the warehouse open during certain hours, so you'll have to come during those hours. I ain't looking to create any further disturbances. So be on time. Got it? Come on, let's roll, CLG.
I'm gonna walk home, Daddy. I still got another stop to make.
Oh, if you say so, sweetie. She's a real sharp one, as you can see, so I try to stay out of her way. Well, all right then, York. I'll see you at the warehouse.
OK、スケボーの乗り降り。X で B で加速、A で減速。移動方法はスケボーになります。はい。もう操作権を奪ったというよりも押し付けられたって感じだよね。ということで、スケボーに乗りたいんだけれども、はい。A ボタンで漕いで、B ボタンで航空が、ブレーキ。
Hey, you!
はいはい。
You ain't secretly cutting kids up and sticking them into jars while you work as an FBI agent on the surface, are you? Or
それとも
using your FBI connections to sell kids to child trafficking organizations?
なんでそんな怖い発想が
I've
思い浮かぶ
arrested
のかな
people who've done both, but I've never engaged in either of those activities myself. Of course, I have imagined doing such things in order to learn more about the psychology of the criminals I deal with.
ほほ
It was just a joke. Why are you getting all serious? And don't tell me what you imagine. Or else I'll get scared of you for real.
本当だよね。
Hey, can I come with you?
子供ので子供をつ
You
いてき
signed
ち
a
ゃダメだ
contract
よ
with me, remember? And besides, I'm kind of worried about my daddy.
なんかあったら怖いじゃね
Do
えか
whatever you like. This is America, land of the free.
おいおいいいのか
But I have one condition.
はい条件
What condition?
Don't ask me about Zach.
ザックについては聞かないでくれたまえ
It's a private matter.
プライベートなことなのでね
Zach, it feels like she's carrying something with her.
うん事情を抱えてるようだ
Kind of reminds me of you back when we first met. I can't leave her alone like
そ
this.
うだよ放っておけない
You
よ
feel the same way, don't you?
でも逆に放っておいた方が危ないのかなそう考えたってことかはいインジゲーターはプレイヤーの行きたい場所の方向距離簡易的に示してくれますアイコンは下記になります下記どっちだメインクエストカスタマーが OK はい子供は消えたもしかして降りると降りるといたワープ現象はいで
Melvin.
マップはマップよねまずは今ここに向かっていて施設で冷凍庫はデリバリーサービスだったよねとダイナーここだね近いところよりも遠くから行った方がいいよねマーカーじゃないと閉まっちゃう冷凍施設はあれだったよね時間があったもんねはい街をいい街並みですねはいはいはいはいはいはいはい何かあるここで何するんでしょうかツールボックス途中でそういうことができると焚き火のあるセーフエリアが作られます。命と動物赤い影は近寄れません。まあ敵のことでしょうね。野宿する場合、悪寒や風邪を発症することがありますが、セーフエリア内で野宿した場合は発症しません。OK。まあ眠るときは安全エリア内でということで。はい。OK。芝生でジャンプはないのかななんか操作性はレッドシーズとあんま変わらないよね曲がり方がおかしかったりだとか 武器持ってないの俺。拳銃とかはちょっと出てこないんですけど、18ダメージ。パンチで倒す。ダメだろ。ダメだよ、これ動物虐待で訴えられるよ。これ見せられませんだよ。でもね、書かれてたんだよ。青いのがいる。なんだ。お金もらえるじゃん。観光欄盗まれてんじゃん。
By the way, Patty, what do you usually do? Okay, Patty.
Okay.
I'm going to try asking you that question again.
Okay. こうやって何かを倒していく。これ取られる前に倒すってできないのかな。毎回拾うの大変だよ。もう挙動もおかしいしな。はい、どんどん進んでいきましょう。寄り道しちゃったけど、お、ジャンプしたね。あの看板があるところかな。おお、車を使わせてくれ。OK、到着。お、なんでなんか一回止まる演出が入るんですか。 OK ごめん、歩行者もお金減ったじゃないか。はい、すいません、ごめんね。はい。
Mr. York, that the special agent does it again.
仕事が早い。
You sure don't waste any. I bet my CLG's got a lot to learn from you.
はい。
By the way, Mr. York,
銃持ってないのか
looks to me.
I was on vacation in New Orleans before I happened to stop by here.
そうだよね。
Well, shoot, that won't do.
え、
Here,
くれるの？
I got something I think
マジで？
you'll like.
やったー、かっこいい。
I call him Mr. Alligator. Badass, ain't he?
おー、生か
It's
し
a
てんね。
tranquilizer gun for the gators.
はい、ゴム弾のみ、殺傷能力はない。リスは倒せるのか？
And here's a radio.
はい、無線機。
With this, you won't have to worry about any expensive roaming
お
fees.
ー、助かるぜ。いざという時に役立つかもしれない。
Might take you a while to get used to him,
ミ
but
スター
you'll
アリ
get
ゲー
it.
ター、はい、使い方にはちょっとしたコツがある。
Try letting him rip a few times. Ain't no need to hold back out here.
はい、打たせていただきます。もうクリアしたの？試しに目の上の木箱を破壊しよう。木箱破壊できんだな。射撃、リロード。OK。はい。ちょっと長押ししないといけないのかな。なんか発射するのが。
Now this is an intriguing weapon. For a tranquilizer gun, it really packs a
本当だね。
punch. But I'm afraid I'll decline. After all, this town is peaceful, isn't it?
遠慮しておくよ。
Well, sure is peaceful.
人に
At
関して
least
は
the
ね。
humans are. But the animals?
動物は違う。
different
その銃の名前を聞けばわかるだろ
Remember
う。
what I named it? There's some real mean-ass gators out there in the slums. And every now and then, they wander into town. One of them even went and ate a kid once. It happened a long time ago, but still. One chomp's all it takes.
ひ
They
でえ
swallow
話だ
down
な。
every last bit of you. Poor kid's parents didn't even know what to put in his coffin.
うん、そりゃそうだよね。
The worst part is, that taught the gators just how tasty we humans are. So now, those suckers just attack on sight.
はい、ワニは駆除しましょ
Man-eating crocodiles will feast tonight. In blood swamp.
う。タイトルつけなくていいよ。サムネ
You know
任せ
he's
ようか
fibbing,
な。
right? Gators don't attack folks. I never heard about no kid getting swallowed by a gator.
聞いたことないって。
Actually, Patricia, you're
作り
wrong.
話か。
I'm what?
Alligators do attack people, and it could happen in any town.
Huh?
Alligator, 1980. Directed by Louis Teague.
おう、映画の話。
It takes place in the Midwest, I believe. A teenage girl's pet alligator gets flushed down the toilet.
はい。下水道にワニを流してしまい。
Then, in the sewer,
成長
it
ホルモン
feeds on the
実験を
corpses
誘導
of
して食べ
dogs
て
that were used as
体長
test subjects for
10
an
メートル以上
experimental
に成
growth
長す
form.
る。
After growing over 30 feet, it finally starts to go after humans. Yes, an extremely edifying movie. Back when I first saw it, I had a pet hamster.
私はその時家でハムスターを飼っていたんだが。
Hey, Agent York.
ちゃんとよ。
What's your first order of business? You're in charge now, remember?
はい。
Well said, Patricia.
うん。
I nearly
パト
lost
リシア
sight
の
of
方
my
が
true goal.
有能ですね。
Melvin, I couldn't help but notice the name on the side of that truck.
はいはい。
This facility is connected to the victim, isn't it?
なんか
Oh,
今の意味なかったような気がするけどね。
yeah. I reckon I better start from there.
はい、そこからだな。
I'm gonna tell it to you straight right from the beginning, Mr. York.
はい、最初から話してもらいま
As you
しょう。
guessed, this warehouse is run by the Clarksons. The victim's father, Danny Clarkson, is the one who manages the whole place.
被害者の父親が経営責任者を務めている。
Okay, but why did he choose to store her body in his own warehouse, right?
なぜここを遺体の保管場所に選んだかというのは、
Well, that's because there ain't no other place to store it.
適切な場所が見つからなかっただけみたいですね。
Our town has a clinic inside a church, but no more.
提案地上ない。
Whenever someone kicks the bucket, we just bury him in the graveyard right outside of town.
死者が出たらすぐ町外れの墓地に埋葬してしまうんだ。
But not this time.
今回はそうもいかない。
We got a murder on our hands this time.
そうだよね、殺人事件。
We need to give Lisa's body an autopsy and keep it stored, right?
そうだ
So
ね。
we had no choice but to rent out a corner of this warehouse.
I see. So that's what led to the ingenious choice to store the victim's body in a facility that her
ま
family
あ、そう考
owns.
えるよね。殺人事件の被害者の遺体を家族の元で保管しようっていう。そっち
Anywho,
かなって思ったよね。
this is where the real story begins.
はい。
Truth is, a few days before you got here,
なんだって
Lisa's body went missing.
Missing.
消えただと。
Yeah. All of a sudden, poof.
Did you leave the warehouse unlocked?
I most certainly did not.
信用できねえぞ、こいつ。
I locked the whole place up and made sure no one could get inside. No one stole the original key, and I couldn't find any fingerprints at the scene.
So, in other words, this is a locked room mystery.
The body of a beautiful
だ
young
から
girl
タイトルつけ
who
るなっ
walks that
て。
Hey,
ありがとう、パトリシア。
all right, CLG. Reckon I should have told you about this earlier when you first said you wanted to come here.
そうだよね。
It just didn't seem like the time or place as I remember. Anywho, how about we call it a day and head back to my office? You can go through all the files there.
No, thank you.
お、
This is what I came to investigate.
But Lisa's body isn't here anymore. You
まあ、
sure?
オラクルだからね。行こう
That
か。
doesn't bother me one bit, Melvin. You see, I met a skeletal gentleman on my way here, and he was kind enough to give me an oracle.
そう、オラクル。はい、見に行きましょう。
You holding up okay, CLG? Sure you don't want to wait outside?
I'll be fine, Daddy. Just make sure you don't take your eyes off of him.
なんで俺が危険人物ってか
He's
聞
so
こえてるわ。
selfish and inconsiderate. I'm still not convinced he's actually a real FBI agent. Look, he's talking to himself again.
そう、ザックだよ、ザック。
Zach, this is the ambiguous zero, the deep freeze.
定まらないゼロ。
Let's hurry up and find that flying serpent, shall we?
はい。空飛ぶ蛇を探そう。新しいクエストを受注。はい、ツールボックスと、回復アイテム、セーブ。OK。話しかけないでおこう。うん。音楽かっこいいね。お、なんかアイテムが落ちてるぞ。アリゲーターガーの鱗。はい、下へ安置所へ。ゴー。受け、まったく。
This place always gives me goosebumps, no matter how many times.
Yes, it's quite the fun
あ
house.
あ、とても面白いよ。素晴ら
Truly
しい場所
dazzling
だ。
play. Meat entertainment.
肉のエンター
That's
テイ
the
ンメ
only
ント。
way to describe it. Woven together by life, frozen in time, a visceral, musical.
Symphony.
すごい。
We eat all this in order to survive.
そうですね。
Yes, truly a symphony. Life and death, resonate.
Yeah, it's really cool.
お、例えがうまいね、パトリシア。
Cool. Whoa now, CLG. Since when were you interested in this kind of stuff?
What are you so surprised for, Daddy? I'm more mature than you are.
そうだね。
I've seen way more realistic corpses
CSI
on CSI, you know.
At first, Zach, I was shocked by the notion of storing a victim's body alongside food. But as I gaze upon this hanging garden, I realize it's just another scene of
そうだよな。
violent,
うちからした
depraved
ら猟
murder.
奇殺人の犯行現
Yes.
場。
All we need to do is change our point of view, and things will expose themselves in utterly new ways.
面白い考え方だね。はい。聞かない。これカエルじゃね？うわ、きつ。俺はちょっとダメだな。カエルは食えない。と、サーモン？マグロ？どっちだ？顎出てるからサーモンなのかな？どっちもか。マグロとサーモンか。撃てない。アイテムは落ちている。拾ってから行くか。ブラックバスの尻尾。
Melvin, I'd like to take this opportunity to ask you a personal question.
はい。
In the hotel parking lot, when I first met you, the picture you had on your dashboard happened to catch my
あ、
eye.
そうだね。女の人が写ってたもんね。
Was that your wife?
Oh, her? Yeah, that's my lady, all right. Candy. Her name's Candy.
キャンディー。
Prettiest girl in town, which makes me the happiest boy. A shooting star
おい、
landed in a
タイトルを
ruined
つけ
town.
るな。
right on top.
You always keep her photo with you?
You bet I do. Candy's a little sick right now. She can't even leave the house no more.
そうなんだ。それは辛い。
So I always keep her photograph with me. Kinda feels like we're always together, you know?
I see. You care for your wife a great deal. But this means that
Yeah, that's right. My mama had me before she married Daddy. But it don't matter. He's still my real daddy to me.
いいお父さんって感じだね。
Oh, thank you, CLG. And you're my pride and joy.
Well, Zach, isn't this a heartwarming scene? But there's one thing I just can't get out of my mind.
お、気になって仕方がない。
Don't you think that photograph looked a bit too
あ
old?
まりにも古いと思わないか。
Perhaps Candy is already... No, let's not think
そうだね。
about that. It might be a private matter just like you, Zach.
あまり深入りはしないどこ。ここか。お、あった。見つけましたよと。はいはい。
Here we are, Zach. The morgue.
はい、遺体安置所。
They stored the victim's body in a cold storage warehouse operated by her family. I'd love to shake the hand of whoever came up with that one.
Hey, Agent York.
エージェントよ。
Did you just come here to laugh at rural officers who are doing the best they can?
いやいや、そんなことねえよ。
We don't have any special facilities like you people. What else did you expect us to do, huh? Don't compare us with city folk. This is Lucare.
急に怒られても
Maybe you're
ね。
just disappointed that you didn't get to see the bloated, decomposing corpse of a young girl.
すっげえ口悪いな。
Sorry, you're right. I went a bit too far just now. But don't misunderstand. I honestly think it's a fantastic idea. I'd never
That's right.
try and bully your daddy.
Better not.
怖っ。
Thank you for understanding.
クソガキが。はい。消えた手がかりを探す。場所によって隠れた通路や通常の移動では侵入できない場所があります。しゃがむことで OK。 はい。ライトを拾えない。足跡があるよ。しかもでかい。インスピレーション。発泡スチロールの箱。段ボールではない。照明。
Boxes that got left behind. I
Scratch,
can't
scratch.
tell what's inside. What do you think, Zach? I'm gonna go with...
オクラ。
I'm sure it must be okra. That's...
違う違う。ペンダン。
Zach,
そう
can you see that? Look closely.
なんだこの黒いの。
That's right. There are 4 imprints in the frost on the top of this.
確かにあるね。
It's hard to believe, but I think these are fingerprints.
人の指の跡だ。
Yes, Zach, that would lead one to believe that the body napper is a giant who's over 10
身長
feet
3
tall.
メートル以上の距離。でもね、足跡もそうなんだよ。でかいもん。
Zach, these are human footprints, and they're extremely large.
それに。
Yes, Zach, I agree. These footprints must belong to someone who's used to
そうだよな、
walking around
話だ
in
もん
cold
な。
temperatures. This frost is shaped like something we're very used to seeing.
そうだね。
That's right, a body bag.
下胃袋の形。
Lisa's body must have been left here. But there are no signs that the bag was dragged away.
じゃあ持ち上げたってことになるよね。
So our criminal must possess monstrous strength.
インスピレーションコンプリート。お、結構もらえたね。
Seems like our flying serpent isn't here.
空飛ぶ
Is
蛇。
this everything, Melvin?
これで全部
There aren't any other rooms in this warehouse? No special rooms?
そう
Well, there is the luxury foods warehouse.
Luxury foods? Why didn't you say so earlier?
フライングスネーク
Just thought you wanted to see where the body.
この遺体安置所
I mean, I just thought you were only interested in warehouse number 2. Besides, it's underground. So, you sure you really want to go down there?
ああ行こう
Our
ぜ
whole life will
タ
come
イトル
to
はいい
an
ってだ
end.
から
You feel me?
まあそうだけど
Let's head there at once. I'm sure that must be where we're meant to go.
But what about searching for Lisa's body?
All we need to do is find a 10-foot tall man with monstrous strength.
現実的ではないな
That giant knows where she is.
10 foot tall?
But finding the flying serpent is more important right now.
で何言われてもちょっと
Now
意味がわか
please,
んないな
guide me to the luxury foods warehouse at once.
はい高級
These
食材
luxury foods are most likely being used in local Cajun cuisine. I'm so excited to see what we'll find. Aren't you, Zach?
本当ですね何が出るんだろうはい空飛ぶヘビはきっとそこにあるはい空飛ぶヘビを探そうオッケー赤いとこに行くわけねこの右上の目星用紙みたいなのは多分クエストの数なんだろうねきっとなんか気になるものは光ってるものもなし OK
That elevator needs a key, Mr. York.
先に言えよ
Do you have one?
Actually,
お
no.
おい
I didn't think you'd ever want to go down there. So I didn't bother to go and get one.
Well, then would you go and get one now?
わあわ
Yeah. COG, I know. I'll tell thing is, Mr.
あ
York,
クラクソンの家な
you
ん
know
だ
the
な
Clarksons? Well, they don't too
School
much
number.
like the police. They sure as hell don't like them when they're
そ
my
う
color.
いうちょっとね人種差別は良くないよ
It was real hard for me to get permission to open up this place for you to search through. So they ain't gonna be too happy if I go back to them now, asking for another key.
What should we do then?
Let's just find a worker here who can lower the elevator for us instead.
はいじゃあ協力的な職員さんを見つけるか
All they need to do is take a break from their work for a couple minutes.
And what am
あ
I
いつら
supposed
伝
to
ってる
do?
だけだもんな
Just stand here and pretend like nothing's happening?
Yeah, you FBI folks are good at that, right? That's always what I see you do.
テレビの話ねそれこれはゲームだから職員さんほら仕事してないよ突っ立ってるだけだよ
Better check back here as well, just to be on the safe side.
OK 奥も行きましょうと一応滑りそうだよねもういいってもういいって OKOK アイテムはないからなんかこういう場所にこそありそうだよねほらあったじゃんアイテムを取るアメリカナマズの尻尾多いなこれで何が作れるんだろうねほらまたあったよいいねいいねクローフィッシュの爪はい押しますよしこっちからかはい一回止めてそして OK でこの後は 押せないよ。OK。押してダメならそういうことです。ほらいった。で離す、押す、離す。おいおい、こんなとこに職員いたら何かあった時怖えな。この奥にもちょっとアイテムがあるんだろう。ほら、やった。そこのお兄さん、ちょっと手伝ってくれませんか？
Zach, the human ability to adapt is a frightening thing. Some humans have the power to sleep anywhere as long as they set their minds to it.
こんな場所で寝たら危ないだろう。最悪死に至るよ。集中力、まあいらねえか。
Now we should be able to operate the... No need to worry. This facility no longer has a body to steal. What else do they have to lose? A few cans of crawfish? I feel bad for him, but it's for the sake of the investigation.
そうだね。寝てるのが悪いんだよ、こんなとこで。戻るのも大変だな、これ。さって戻れないのか。はい。OK。いい感じだね。どんどん行くよ。これで解決？ OK。じゃあ下まで降りていきましょうか。
Mr. York, did you find a key? Ha! Now that's my special agent. Wanna head straight down?
はい、下の階へ向かっても。
You bet. Let's sally forth, Melvin.
OK、行こうじゃないか。
Zach, look at that thermometer.
温度計を見てごらん。
0 degrees Fahrenheit. Or minus 17.7 degrees Celsius. This is the ambiguous zero.
OK。
Hey, Avery! Can you hear?
エイブリーって誰だよ。
Open the damn door, Avery! It ain't no use, Mr. York.
どういうことだ？
Once Avery starts working on something, that's all he just tunes out everything else. We'll have to wait until he finishes and comes out to us, I reckon. Or we could come back tomorrow.
I disagree, Melvin.
そうだね。
Time may be on our side, but that doesn't mean we should waste it. You gave me Mr. Alligator precisely for moments like these, didn't you?
それはないだろう。
Wait, Mr. York! Those tranquilizers may be non-lethal, but it's still dangerous to use them on humans.
本当に
Of
ひどい。
course, Melvin. I never said I was going to shoot him.
そういうことね。アリゲーターを撃ちましょう。
You're gonna shoot some meat to get his attention. I'm right, ain't I?
Nice idea. OK。お 気づいてくれましたよ。
This is Mr. York, an agent from the FBI.
温度差激しいな。こいつは。
Hi, Avery. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
York? You a smarty pants, hmm?
でけえな。エイブリー・スミス。
He's shyer than he looks. Come on, just settle down, Avery. Tell him what this here place is for.
Lots of expensive food here. Yup.
はい。
Mighty precious to the Clarksons. So I gotta guard it.
確かにお
I
手
see.
って言いそうだもんな。
So you're this area's keeper.
Oh, I help with the research too. I
Thank
do
you.
like research.
Research? What are you talking about, Avery? This doesn't look like a lab to me.
Oh, ain't no lab. It's a warehouse. Ain't no lab.
そうなんだ。
Smarty pant scientist does the research. I ain't no smarty pants, you know.
He's a bit slow in the mind, but he ain't a bad guy. Oh. Your story about the giant who carried Lisa out. Don't tell me you think it's him. I mean, it's true that he's free to come and go as he pleases in this warehouse, but...
No, as far as I can tell, he's just a bit over 6'5". The one who moved Lisa's body must be at least 10 feet tall.
3メートルやつとかいい
He's
のか
clearly too short.
Too short, huh? Well, if you ever happen to find a man who makes him look small, I'd sure like to meet him.
何今この不穏な音は。
Lisa.
Hey, cut it out!
怖っ。
Lisa.
リース
Why?
Avery, that's not Lise.
Not Lisa?
言われないとわかんねえの。
This is Melvin's daughter. And my precious assistant. Unfortunately, Elise is no longer with us.
似てるのかな。
Lisa. Lisa.
おいおい。
My fault. My fault.
殴っちゃったよ。声がでかい。
I guess he's sort of like Lisa, you know? See, the poor fella's got himself a childlike mind. You know how normal kids tease other kids in order to get attention? Well, with this big lug, sometimes folks who don't know him too well see something and end up calling the police. But I know that deep down, he's got a good heart. Hey, Mr. York, I'll keep him busy, but I'd appreciate it if you'd hurry this particular inspection along. Just holler at me if you find anything. I reckon that'll make it easier for you to go do your thing, yeah?
そうだね。
Melvin, I think you're finally starting to catch on.
OK。空飛ぶ蛇を見つけていこう。空飛ぶっていうか、なんかちょっと上見ちゃうよね。さっきの肉全部落ちてるじゃないか。これは
I doubt they'll fly anytime soon. I can't tell which ones are from crawfish and which parts are from shrimp. How about you, Zach?
どっちなんだろう。これはパスタ？これか？なんか超怪しいぞ。
Avery, this box looks special.
Clarkson food. For their home.
Melvin, is this the Clarksons' family crest?
Oh, the dragonfly?
ドラゴンフライトンボ
Yeah, that's the Clarksons' mark, all right.
ドラゴンフライそういうことか
Ain't no big deal, though. You can find those all over town.
Is that so?
Well, yeah. They pretty much run all of this town's major industries. Yeah, I do believe they own just about everything there is to own. So their word is law. They got the whole darn town tattooed with their dragonflies. Can't even walk a few steps without seeing one.
Zach, this dragonfly is our flying serpent. The flying serpent owns this town.
この町を牛耳っている
They're related to Lise Clarkson, our victim. And Hungan's oracle pointed us toward their family crest.
おお彼らの家族を示していたんだよ
The Clarksons must be deeply intertwined with this case.
そう面白くなってきたぞ
Melvin, Patricia, I think I've had enough of this frozen world.
どっかの世界も十分感動した
Let's head back out to that merciless sun.
はいこれで倉庫から出られると
Well, what are you waiting for?
はいロード画面
Whew. So, what do we do now, Mr. York?
はいこの後どうしたらい
Zach
い
and I will take things from here.
私とザックで操作を進めさせてもらう
Then what should I do?
俺はどうすれば
Tend to your sick wife? I don't know. You're free to do as you please. I'll
好きに
stop
すれ
by
ば
the
いい
sheriff's office when I need your help again.
I suppose that's what I'll do then. It'll sure make Candy happy. But I am the sheriff of this town, so I do intend to get some work done.
そうだね
I know. How about I search for Lisa's body while you're busy?
Not a bad idea.
お願いしよう
Just be careful that you don't get attacked by a barefooted giant.
本当だよ巨人の足だったよねあれ
Hey, don't scare me like that.
手でかいな
Why do you keep talking about that giant anyway? You really think some giant was responsible for all this?
Melvin, don't be silly. Of course I do.
いるんだ
Just when I thought you were starting to catch on. Disappointing, to say the least.
まだ疑いが晴れないぞ
But how can you be so sure? I want to see some proof.
Proof number one.
はい
The footprints that led up to where Lisa's body originally was were made with bare feet.
これは説明がつかないですね
None of the prints looked similar to those of common insulated boots, and the arches of the feet were visible. The person who carried out Lisa's body must have had very large feet. I'd say they were at least 16 inches.
でけえな
Proof number two. I found fingerprints on the cord of one of the hanging lights in the warehouse. The fingerprints weren't aimed up from below. They were coming directly from the side. Clearly, the giant moved the light because it was in his way.
そういうこ
He
と
pinched the
か
cord with his fingers. Proof number three.
はい
There was nothing else found in the vicinity where Lisa's body was stored.
何も痕跡なかったね確かに
This means the giant carried her out without dragging her across the floor. But there's only one set of footprints.
足跡一人分だけだ
The only conclusion I can draw from this evidence is that a barefooted giant standing over 10 feet tall carried Lisa's body out. That concludes the entirety of my proof. Any objections, Melvin?
But there ain't no way a human could ever be that tall.
俺もありえないんじゃないかと思うよ
Have you seen every human alive with your own eyes?
俺もない
Well then, you need to forget all your preconceived notions when embarking on an investigation.
すごい
Whether you come face to face with a 10-foot giant or a skeletal gentleman, you always need to accept everything that comes to you with a clear mind.
はい
Do that, and eventually the truth will reveal itself to you. You're a smart kid. I'm sure you understand.
そうだね。
Well, I'll be damned.
俺の頭が硬すぎたんだ。
I'm sorry I ever doubted you, Mr. FBI Special Agent, sir.
エージェンス
A sharp eye
Well, title
and
right there.
flawless observational skills. Uncovering the truth with a
独特な動き。
heady intuition. I won't ever question you again. Heck, I'll do whatever you say.
That's it, Melvin. I'm glad you finally caught on. Okay, time to go, Patty. You know this town well, so I'd like you to accompany me from now on.
パーティーパトリシア OK 空飛ぶヘビをクリア
Zach, we found the flying serpent.
空飛ぶヘビが見つかった
Now we simply need to locate the 10
真理の
maidens.
乙女
It's time to head on to Alexis's diner and lane.
レストランアレクサスへ向かおうじゃないかはい、ということで今回はここまでご視聴ありがとうございました。次回はじゃあボーリング場に行きたいです。では。